So haiku.
I need complete silence.
Okay.
While I get into
Got
character.
it. Okay.
I need complete silence while I get into
I know
character. I need complete silence while I get into character. I need complete silence while I get into character. Here we go. All right, boys, let's get a win. Good pressure early on. My goodness, Klaus, that hair situation is a stake. KC kicks it really far to the right. St. Louis kicks it really far back to the left. Does Vollen have frosted tips? Klaus has the ball. Klaus loses the ball. Luce looks like a highlighter. Hebert falls down, but at least he didn't kick it out of bounds. Klaus to Vollen, and nope, just misses from short range. That's okay, boys. Keep it up. Another go, and no, so close. Loving the pressure, though. More soccer back and forth. Gentleman in blue takes a topple. Whoa, anybody see that little flipsy the other guy did with his feet? That was cool. Announcer says Olaf is on a fact-finding mission to figure out where to put Vollen. How about a goal-finding mission, huh? Close up on Hartle, and honest to God, those stupid fucking collars. Corner kick for KC goes wide. People sliding everywhere, and in true soccer fashion, nothing happens. 23rd minute has activity on the St. Louis sidelines. Wish we had activity in the pitch to go along with it. Klaus, seriously, it's okay, buddy. Let's just shave it. Ball is beautiful. Keeper kicked the ball so far. Can they all kick it like that? 27-minute mark, and Hebert kicks it out of bounds. Corey is going to be pissed. Vollen engages in fuckery. Handed him a yellow card for the effort. My God, Olaf. I can't look at him without getting chills. The Brazilian dances the ball to the goalie and politely hands it to the KC keeper. Need more Kessler in my life. What? Where's gloves, huh? Lot of empty seats in those stands, Kansas City. KC keeper flying squirrels his way to the ball. Number 9 for KC does a whoopsie, and we get the ball back. Morales gives it a go. No, again, goes begging. KC keeper kicks it a country mile. Sporting controls possession, but it doesn't matter as Lutz does an excellent save. Yellow card comes out a minute later. Ref has the widest eyes I've seen in a person since Ballard got surprise pegged in the last boys trip. Announcer says we have good options on the bench. I'd like to see those. Pompeo, he's fast, huh? STL cross, and nope, keep it up. Olaf spits. I start stuttering. Klaus hits the ground, starts holding his head, I assume to make sure he doesn't lose any more hair. STL representing in the stands. STL. PK for Kansas City goes wanting and we end the half 0-0.
Oh my God.
That was the first half. That was the first half. Jesus. Yeah, that's true. That's
Second half goes quicker. I need complete silence while I get back into character. I need complete silence. All right. We're back, and 24 for Kansas City has a very clean hairline. Number 11 looks like a pencil. KC scores. Can someone do a wellness check on Corey? 2 Kansas City players play patty cake, followed by an anemic play on goal. Is there a rhyme or reason to when a soccer match starts? Feels like maybe they're just starting whenever the field hasn't already been reserved. Hebert touches the ball and keeps it inbounds this time. Davis for KC tries edging for a while. Nobody cares. A lot of standing around. KC players Miller to Garcia to Hernandez. Sounds like a 1997 double play call for the Boston Red Sox. STL continues not scoring as KC puts it in for a second time. Corey won't even care that I've learned that's called a brace. Gratefully, we're almost done. There's the final whistle. Seriously, it's the fucking collars, right? That's it. That's how I took in the game.
I love that Brace made it.
Yeah, that was for you. I learned. See, I write these things down. I Google them. I try and retain them. I appreciate that.
It was too long. We're going to cut all that.
Nah, back off, man.
Yeah.
Welcome to City Dads. We are the podcast that pretends the STL SC games matter. It's an excuse to hang out with the boys. I am Brent Thomas Callahan out of Sandusky, Ohio, the stepdad nobody asked for. On my left, we have Ryan Ballard. He still doesn't know what Dunning-Kruger is, but he's confident he's going to be good at this show anyway. On my right, Corey knows a little bit about soccer, and that means he knows the most about soccer. He's our soccer expert behind the scenes. We call her Owen number 2, Bree Brahma Porikana. Any chance you can spell that name, Corey? I didn't think so, but we are appreciative that she's here helping us out. Everybody, how you doing?
Hi. Hey, Brent.
You sounded like a 7th grade girl who just saw her crush. She's like, oh, hey, Brent.
Hey, Brent.
It's tough.
We talked a lot about masturbation last week, and I'm still a little trigger shy.
We're joining you today from Sneaky's Bar and Grill. As always, Ryan, can you tell them about Sneaky's before we get into this?
Sneaky's Bar and Burger Joint, Edwardsville, Illinois. Smashed Wagyu burgers, tots. Some of the best beer in the town. Come check them out. They're awesome. They're our host, our studio sponsor, and recap sponsor.
We got a bunch to talk about. What's on tap? We've got Spicy Takes coming back. We need to recap that game versus Kansas City. I don't know if we'd like to, but we're going to have to because this is, at least presumptively, a soccer podcast. If there's a daddy in the match, maybe. We've got a bunch of daddy issues we could talk about. And then we'll look ahead before we get out of here. Again, please, a reasonable time. I got things to do today. Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, keep it tight.
No. I'm the rest of my days dedicated to messing Brent's day up. That's all I care about.
Loosey-goosey.
Yes.
Here we go.
Off to an excellent start.
Let's start with the game. Let's start with the game.
Corey, what happened last night?
We lost again.
Okay.
It was your first derby match, right? Derby,
hear that.
Derby is rivalry. Derby is a rivalry. I don't know why they call it a derby.
Again, because they're pretentious.
British twats. So you want to win in soccer. Truly, maybe more than any other sport, nothing else really matters. Like Sporting KC hasn't won a game yet. They've just fired their coach.
They haven't won a game.
Hadn't won a game yet. Spoiler alert. But you beat your rival. That's good enough.
Okay.
Like that's a successful season.
Okay. All right.
It can change all of it.
Is
So
it inverse correct? If you lose to your rival, but you make the playoffs, is that still
no.
Okay.
No, I'd rather make the playoffs. But my point is, like, it is a big heightened deal. It means more than a single game. And so I would say this is what I'm going to do. I think we flip it on its head. Let's talk about why it's not the worst thing in the world. New coach, not his players, and it's match day 7. So also, like, it looked a little better in my opinion. The lineup, it came out, it looked like it might be the lineup that you saw at the end of the Austin match, which was the first time we've shown any kind of offensive prowess.
Yeah.
It didn't actually turn out that way. Obviously, like, because it's Olaf Melberg, there was at least 3 people playing in positions that they didn't know what they were doing.
more fun to watch though, right?
Chaos, if you're there for just entropy, it was great. Conrad Vollen has been doing great at fullback, so they throw him up into what looked like an attacking wing. And that is not fair because he actually kind of grew into the game and played pretty well the second half. But we need fullbacks. That's what you get. That's the exchange of putting Kyle Hebert at wing back. Is Conrad Vollen getting to play attack, and I don't think that's worth it. I just don't think it's.
Yeah, I mean, you have very strong opinions on Canadian players. It is, I think, it
feels pretty targeted. It doesn't feel like all of Canada. It feels like one specific Canadian.
One guy who can't keep the goddamn ball in bounds.
That's the one.
So just a lot of I didn't see any of it.
The other thing I saw,
I like that you're trying to be hopeful. It's weird.
So Charlotte was an expansion team just right before us. Charlotte finished dead last. Wooden Spoon 3 years in a row, I think. 2 years in a row, 3 years in a row. I mean, they're really, really bad. That's kind of what you expect as an expansion team, and we have not been that bad. We are not the worst team in the league. We are boring. It's a boring team. It's a boring style of play. I think that's going to be all year. Yeah. But
I'd like to shit on him quickly because he's very glass half full.
We can take your time. You don't have to do it quickly.
He shit on him for a while.
Yeah. The clock's running.
Yeah. So I'm with him on the idea that it's a new coach, seven matches in. That was literally the first game for Kansas City's new coach. The game number 1, and they pulled off a W.
Yeah, so that's not that crazy.
So this is the away. We're still playing
a lot of qualifiers
on the road.
Yeah. These 0 qualifiers. I'm saying that's not a game you expect to win in Major League Soccer.
Okay.
You don't expect to go to your rival's house and take 3 points.
You're surprisingly positive today.
I know. I said it was going to be strange, but I was mad last night. I was mad. I was sad. It was all the things. This morning, we're going to be okay. It'll be okay.
You went through all the stages of grief last night?
I figured, yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Came out on the other side.
Look, he didn't construct, this isn't the roster he constructed. He came into this. I do think roster construction is a very big question for me of going, okay, one of our designated players always hurt. Who let the wind blow on that guy last night? What the fuck? That guy just always constantly getting hurt.
Gosh. Yeah.
So Klaus still without a goal. Right. At some point, you got to go, well, this roster construction maybe isn't the best, right? And also, when you're interviewing a coach like Olaf, is that, I guess you've already made most of you made all those moves to get all the Germans last year.
That's a good point, is that you hired this guy knowing that this was the roster construction, and he theoretically had a plan for these players with how to win with these players. So
I don't know if that's true. what are the chances Olaf just made it into the room and they were so...
Yeah, he smelled good.
I mean, he looks like he smells good.
Really? I think he kind of looks like he smells like fish.
Fish?
Yeah, or like cedar. Maybe cedar smells good,
Cedar's-
like lumberjacky.
That's
but
what I lumberjack is what I keep.
Saltwater, maybe. but I
Salt
don't have
water.
fish. Yeah.
There is an odor you'd put up with.
We're going to talk about his press conferences, right?
I didn't see him. Can you tell me about
You
him?
said interview with their goal. The reporters will ask him questions that seem like softballs,
Mhm.
and he is just so he has no tact. He just yes or no, and you can tell he takes really long pauses before he answers because he's trying to confirm that they have in fact asked the dumb question. Someone asked about Mickey. Someone said with Leuven out and Durkin out, like, does this kind of open the door for Mickey? And Olaf just said no, which is not a tactful, like, Mickey is a kid on your team that you want to
Jailbait
to be like,
Jailbait 28.
no, he's not part of our plans this year. He's not good enough to, like, that's what he said. He was like, we have other players that
Yeah.
So he gives pressers like he's being deposed. He only answers the question that's being asked to him.
Yeah, there's no like fluff or bubble,
Yeah.
and it's not trying to make anyone feel good about it. And I love watching it.
Okay.
It's like a train wreck.
He would love an interview with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Technically, we could get press passes.
Prove it. Is that enough soccer?
No, it's not. So I said all those nice things. I said all those glass half full things. But this is all really just a setup for me to say that I do think the coach does wear most of this. A lot of people are going to give him a pass because of those other things, but I think until you try the most obvious solution in the areas that you're not having success in, like scoring goals or having any kind of remotely sustainable offense and build-up. So put more offense on the field. Until you do that, or put the offensive players in their correct positions where they're most comfortable playing. And until you do that, I think every loss is on the coach.
I think this specifically with this formation too, and then obviously Horn got hurt as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Tottenham's such a big part of being able to have any offense out of this formation, right? Like I think he's your best option to move the ball through that way, in the way he wants to play. And seeing Hebert and Watts and all the other options is bad.
If you can't fill a single solitary position with a backup and not lose, but you're saying Totland is such an integral part of. We don't have another right back.
Right.
That's
what I'm saying.
So don't play with 5 back then.
Yeah.
So don't play the 3 center back, 2 wing back system. There's a lot of other formations out there, and Akil Watts is a serviceable right back. Kyle Hebert might even be a serviceable right back. You don't need those guys to play offense in every formation. So if you don't have the personnel anymore, then don't play. Like I don't know what we're trying to force here.
If we put Hebert in the middle of the field, would that keep him from kicking it out of bounds so frequently?
So I did notice at one point yesterday he missiled a terrible pass, and he was 30 yards inbound, so we got to it before it crossed the line. Yeah, it did. Just these little tweaks seem to be having a big improvement.
Yeah.
That's great. You only let him.
Maybe just put him on a chain in the middle of the field, and this is where you stay. And
you have like Watts running the ball down just before it gets out and being like, "Damn it, we talked about this. Why is he still collect this fucking ball again?"
He did put at least one out of bounds, but
I made a note.
Yeah, it's better on the inside.
Sweet.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's our recap brought to you by Homes by Janelle. Ryan, tell them about Homes by Janelle.
Yeah, Homes by Janelle, specifically Christina Schmittling with Homes by Janelle. Check her out. She's my real estate agent. She should be yours as well. She works so hard. She's great. She makes sure her clients have everything in order. Everything's ready by the time you're ready to close. Check her out. Christina Schmittling, Homes by Janelle, on the Facebook.
Do you know what I thought of today? As I was driving here, and I thought about our text exchange. We should not have an LLC together. Like, we shouldn't have a company with the amount of sexual harassment that we have in our text chain.
Oh, well, we don't have to have an HR.
I think we need an LLC specifically because of how likely you are to sexually harass us. I need an HR for the production.
I'm not. You're saying that I'm the only one sexually harassing?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
Yes.
We'll say yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Because we're on camera.
Well,
And we've got it recorded.
Your word against ours. The two of us against the one of you.
And we'll edit it out.
Spicy takes.
Spicy Takes. Who are Spicy Takes brought to us by, Ryan?
Fathead Barbecue Sauce. Everybody, check out Fathead Barbecue Sauce. They will be with us April 19th at Schlafly as we do our live event. And come on out. It's going to be great. St. Louligans will be there. We'll be there. Food trucks, beer tent. And come try and take a PK shot as we tickle Brent in the background. It'll be good.
We had a good number of Spicy Takes. If you're interested in leaving extra Spicy Takes, we very much like that. Easiest way to find us, drop those comments into either YouTube or Spotify. Those are the easiest places for us to find them. So please continue to drop those in. We've got a good number today. We're going to start today with the Maryville Milk Dad. Can the City Dads start the next game in the place of Watts and Hebert? I can't stand watching those two. I'm in favor of it. I don't know if he means all three of us or two of us specifically to replace just those two. Do we get
Yeah, I think
the three of us would still be woefully ineffective. If you want, that's probably the quickest way to become a Kyle Hebert fan, is to put us.
How quickly do you get a yellow card for grabbing a knob?
Is that a yellow card? That feels
Is
more,
it? Yeah. Is it a yellow card if
like
you
a
and I
immediately.
just lock eyes?
Next Spicy Take comes from Rainy Days 3. I hope the camera is crooked again next week. Maybe more Owens would help. I don't know that any number of Owens is going to help us there.
Yeah. Is your name Owen? Or are you willing to let three strangers call you Owen? And do you also like putting all your time and energy into a product that ultimately, it's just going to be garbage?
If your name's Owen and you know how to level a camera, 855 City Dad. 855 City Dad will get you to someone and they'll pair you up with us. East Carondelet Bookie is back. Hear me out. Erotic fan fiction about a torrid affair between Olaf and the cute one. I'd read that.
I'd rather watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nathan from between Litchfield and Hillsborough is back. For as ADHD as the show is, it hits the target demo. Only a show targeting white soccer dads who continue to fail up in their 40s could bounce easily from thousands of taxes to vegetables to the American healthcare system with no sense of irony. This show sucks and speak to me at the same time. I can't wait for next week. Thanks, boys. That was a lot.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one comes in from AJ from Lou Dobbs' Boy Dungeon. He's back again as well. It'd be damn near impossible for the on-field product to be worse than this podcast about the on-field product, but by God, City has done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is so meta that we get on a boring podcast to talk about a boring team playing a boring sport.
Yeah, it sounds like success.
Right.
Yeah. Let's put double boring. Cancels each other out. Everybody knows that.
Everyone knows that.
Dude.
Did you just write that down?
I'd like to remember that for later.
Okay. Double boring.
That's it
cancels
for our
each other.
spicy takes. So we've got
There was I thought there were a couple more. Was there not?
That was it.
Oh.
That was all we had. So we've got the Maryville Milk Dad wants us to start in place of a couple players. We've got Rainy Days would enjoy a leveled camera.
We've actually been informed that the wall is not level.
Yeah, it turns out
Hey, I'm pretty asymmetrical. I'm doing my best.
Edwardsville is crooked. East Carondelet Bookie wants erotic fan fiction. Nathan from between Litchfield and Hillsborough identified our ADHD inability to record a podcast well, and AJ from Lou Dobbs' Boy Dungeon.
AJ from Lou Dobbs'
Is
Boy
mine
Dungeon
for
is
us.
mine. Yeah, that's my vote. AJ from Lou Dobbs' Boy Dungeon.
Now you vote. That's how voting
Yeah.
works.
I mean, none of them were good.
Okay.
Is the problem.
Much like the podcast.
Yeah, it fitted in with the show.
I think I liked the ADHD was Nathan.
Nathan. Yep.
Yeah, I liked
Nathan
that one.
Called out. I'm going to go also with AJ from Lou Dobbs' Boy Dungeon. Let's get that guy a bottle of sauce.
Sweet.
Identifying that we set a very low bar that STL City managed to trip over.
You boys know I love barbecue.
Love barbecue.
I fucking love barbecue.
Sure.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Remember that one time at the tailgate?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what the secret is?
What's the secret?
Fathead barbecue sauce.
So good.
Cookout approved. It makes me look good. Fathead barbecue sauce is out of Bethalto, Illinois. Terry and Linda Payton, awesome owners, independent, shop local. They have a variety of sauces. They are just delicious. Smoked some
chicken thighs on Friday night. Used Sweet Heat, Fathead Sweet Heat sauce. Delightful. Yeah, great. Kid loved it. Fathead barbecue sauce out of Bethalto, Illinois. You can find them at fatheadbarbecuesauce.com. You get 15% off a bottle of your order with the promo code DADDY. Check it out. Check them out for Fathead barbecue sauce. If you try it, you'll continue to buy it.
You mentioned last week you put on TLC radio. I tried it out.
Yeah,
It's nice.
it's pretty great.
It made me wonder though. So I got a question for you, and here's what led me to it. I pulled up Pandora to look for TLC radio.
Oh,
That's the response that I expected to get because Pandora is
Yeah.
pretty bad, right?
God,
Pandora
you're
is the
so old.
it's the
Yeah.
cauliflower of music options.
It's
But
also
I will-
generational.
It's also generational.
I'll choose it every time though because it
Because you're a Depression era baby.
was the first one.
Yeah, right.
So I wondered.
We get it. It's free.
Yeah,
Like-
I'm not paying Spotify Premium.
Listen, he gets his song onto his MySpace page. It's great.
I do miss that. I do miss it. Tom is not my friend though. Do you guys have something similar though? So I know I actually have. I have Apple Music. Like I could listen to literally any song that I want to.
Spotify's the best one.
I know, Ryan.
How many do you
with
pay for? Do you pay for Spotify too?
No,
I just feel like you just have some, like your kids just add stuff and you have no idea what you're paying for.
But that's my question. I know that Pandora is an inferior product, but I
Yeah.
will choose it every time out of comfort, out of habit. Do you guys have something similar that you will choose despite knowing it's worse?
Yeah, analog porn. I like the paper, I like the feel.
Whoa, that's out of left field.
Yeah.
Really?
There's
On
something,
brand, though.
something about like having to
That is
peel the paper apart.
It is
yeah.
on brand, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming.
Okay.
Was that weird? I don't know.
I mean, I was gonna say I will avoid going to Walmart I will take insane lengths to not go to Walmart.
I was at Walmart yesterday and my wife just sees the anger building. in
Yeah,
me.
that's why. I went to the grocery store. I drove an extra block. I went to the grocery store to get food.
I just wish Target would come out with an ad to be like, yeah, we're more expensive, but you know why you pay for it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like just going like, you know,
Because I don't want to hurt people inside there. I go into Walmart.
just
and
less Cookie Monster pajamas, and I'm going to feel a little bit like a little more patient. Because when you're in Cookie Monster pajamas and you're blocking the aisle, I'm going to fucking murder you.
Go ahead.
I live right by a Circle K.
Okay.
And I understand gas stations.
We get
are
it. You have
very-
money.
Very, very regional thing. I'm a Quick Trip guy. Like, if you give me the option, I'm going to stop at Quick
Man, he
Trip
does have money.
every time. There's a Circle K right by my house.
They don't have the roller.
It's the same thing as like Target, Walmart for some reason.
Circle, yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick Trip. I couldn't tell you exactly what it was, but
Does your Circle K have a self-checkout?
there's a film on everything. Of course, yeah.
See, there's a couple around my house that don't have the self-checkout. I refuse to go there. If they have a self-checkout, I'll go there. It's great. Real quick, because everybody doesn't understand how to use it. And so it's like, oh, I just skip the line.
Is there one at yours with the self checkout? Is there also a line of boomers just standing fuming that they dared to put in some
Yeah.
self checkout?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They're all in line.
love it.
They're
And then-
in
and I-
line
and I-
waiting to use a check.
Yeah, and I skip that line,
Yeah, of course.
and I steal half of the things I'm buying.
Just excuse me.
And I put a couple things in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick show note. The city does not condone larceny. Oh,
From Circle K?
all right. Our lawyer has signed off on it.
That's built into the price.
Is there more panic in the world when you go to tap, you see it's a tap and it doesn't work? There's like the anxiety I feel when that doesn't happen. And then the look of the cashier's face going like, this old fuck. And you're like, oh, man.
Do you remember the first time you tried Tap to Pay? I do. I remember distinctly the first time that I tried to use it. I can.
If Apple Pay doesn't work, I just leave.
We
I
were
don't
in-
know what to do anymore. I'm like, I'm out.
My wife and I were in Kansas City. My wife's a big runner, and I try to keep up. She's very pretty. And we went on some
Not a real person.
morning run in the summer,
Right.
right? And we got out, whatever it is. We got out 5 miles, 7 miles. We turned around. We're on our way back, and we were suffering. Needed water. We didn't have any water because we were traveling. We didn't have our normal stuff. Needed water. We stumbled into a gas station and went up and had a bottle of water. And I was like, I think my phone comes with Apple Pay now. I think I just show them I have a phone. And I went up, but you need to remember we're 7 miles into a run in the middle of the summer, so we look.
Fake wife.
with my imaginary wife.
Yeah.
And I'm just like slapping.
It's such a weird, like these details
I
are
don't
so
need to-
outlandish.
I didn't want to
Like,
make
who
it up.
runs 7 miles to a gas station?
I've got a water bottle for $1.19, and I'm just slapping my phone, sweating all over the counter, and the guy's like, "You could just have that.
Yeah.
That's for you."
Yeah, please leave.
My grandkids told me my phone will pay for it.
I mean,
Grandpa, Pandora is the best.
yeah, that's right. I kept slapping it. Pandora kept coming on. That's it. That's how I learned about it.
Carter tried to help me with the remote the other day. I almost killed him. Just,
Out of principle.
yeah. You don't disrespect your father like that. Not in this house.
What were you struggling with? Because remotes seem pretty.
I wasn't. I was doing great. He was just like, let me do it. I'm like, oh, you little fuck. I am going to.
7-year-old begs to differ. The 7-year-old says you were struggling mightily.
It's like, you talk to me like I'm your mother right now.
Dad, I've got this. They've been telling me this day was coming for years now, and here it is.
Oh, yeah.
Where it was
Because
right.
you've had to experience that with the kids, like, being like, we got it. Just like, move aside, old man. Let me take
probably.
it.
I own it though. I just
Yeah.
because my kids are older, and I'm just like, hey, figure this out. I'm
No,
not
your
going
kids
to.
are older.
I
It's
still,
nothing to do with your age.
yeah, I'm much like, yeah.
Yeah. I haven't gotten older.
Right.
It's kids, ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah. You're doing great. Apple Pay's tough.
You've only gone to one city game, right?
Yeah, I've been in the men's national game
Okay.
at City.
Have you
Field.
done the market there yet?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless we should just take Brent to a
Let's
game and just record him.
that.
Yeah, going
What's
through
the
the
market?
market. The market
Like the food situation in the stadium? Is that what you're talking about?
is you can go buy beer or chips or something like that. Yeah, they have like a market where you walk in, but you pay at the beginning.
I did do that. You took me through that. It blew my mind.
Ah,
I was
yeah.
panicked. I thought this was another thievery situation.
How many people did you call when the next day when you had a $15 charge?
I called
on your-
security
Yeah.
immediately and reported.
Like cancel all my cards.
I saw something, so I said
I'm locked out of my Facebook somehow.
something. Yeah, I'm never gonna get
My
back.
flashlight's on
MySpace
in my pocket.
unrecoverable. How will I get back to my wall? I've got Gym Class Heroes I'm trying to listen to.
Ooh, which Gym Class Hero song?
There was a banger. There's only one. What do you mean, which one? There was only one.
Take a look at my the.
Take a look at my girlfriend. She's the only one.
If we, yeah,
You know it.
I can't. I don't want to
Supertramp.
contribute to this
Supertramp sample.
conversation because I know too much. I don't want to be outed.
Contributed on the album.
Go ahead. Tell us how much you know about Gym Class Heroes.
We were supposed to.
Travis McCoy as a front man. I've seen him live a couple times.
I knew it. I knew it.
I swear to God, I saw him at the Creepy Crawl. And it's a pretty good show.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is not on the rundown. I did not see that.
Yeah, I knew it.
It wasn't on tap.
Yeah.
It's on tap.
And
now.
that song, that hook, is actually sang by Patrick Song for Fall Out Boy.
Yes. Yeah,
They were fueled by Ramen Band. They released a full CD, maybe more than one CD.
But sure.
I mean, yeah,
we could release a CD.
You're right. You're right.
You know, we made a podcast. Doesn't mean it's.
We're gonna
good.
cut all this, right? For the love of God.
Actually, that's what we're going to really put most of our money into is us producing CDs. That's how we're going to get our
Or,
content to our
hear me
customers.
out, maybe we just start a Gym Class Heroes podcast.
All right.
It
Maybe.
sounds like you might know more about
About Gym
Class
Class Heroes than I do about soccer.
Yep.
It's close.
We were supposed to talk about music today, though.
Really?
Yeah, we were supposed to talk about best R&B men's group from the 80s and 90s.
Oh, we had a homework assignment?
Yeah, you're right.
I thought the point of the rundown or the what's on tap was that we knew what we should prepare for.
We did, but then you were like, I don't like to know. I like to be surprised.
Yeah, I don't. Who's preparing?
It's also on a Google Sheet that you could just pop into if you wanted to look around.
A Google sheet.
Feel free to contribute to the show, either one of you assholes.
This was a trap. Shit. You're gonna make me do stuff.
Would you like my offerings?
I'm-
Will that help if I give you my offerings for the best? Or we can skip it all together. We can close down the fucking show for all I care.
I don't know why you're acting like I don't do anything. I have a receipt in my wallet because I'm the money guy.
For an LLC?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on.
Don't act like I don't contribute.
If we're saying
It's right here.
If we're saying greatest men's R&B group, are we eliminating groups like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, New Kids on the Block? They're not R&B, right?
I don't know that that's fair.
That's pop.
You're
You're going to put them in the running then. Because if you're going to put them in the running, New Kids on the Block, pretty iconic.
But it's
Well, I don't
Boys to Men.
how
ABCD.
subjective is genre. assignment.
I'm not saying they're on the top. I'm trying to identify the parameters, what's in play and what's not.
What if new kids
What's
on the block?
field, and what has Kyle Hebert already kicked out of play? Can we agree Backstreet Boys NSYNC, New Kids on the Block, same basic genre feel, different generations maybe, but
It's the.
I believe they're referred to as boy bands, so I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Owen number 2 says pop.
It's pop for sure. Yeah.
Owen number 2 says
According to the
Google
internet.
says
The internet
pop.
says pop.
All right, so we're going to eliminate those.
Number
three.
1 with a bullet, Crisscross.
Backstreet Boys.
Crisscross. I think
R&B?
that's hip hop though, isn't it?
I would have gone hip hop, but I'll put it on the list.
They're transcendent, honestly.
I think their fashion really pulled it forward. I'll give you a couple other options. Boyz II Men has already been listed. I think that's a no-brainer. New Edition, Blackstreet, 112, Silk, Jodeci.
And D'Angelo, honorable
D'Angelo,
mention.
but it's not a
That's
group,
solo
not a
artist,
group
yeah.
solo artist.
I had to check Jodeci.
D'Angelo
Bell,
and his
Bell Biv DeVoe. I don't
abs.
understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, I should have had
Bell
Bell.
Biv DeVoe.
I get nervous. I struggle. Whatever that Bell Biv DeVoe, whatever that mouth sound is,
Yeah.
I struggle with it. I
'Cause
struggled
we're-
with it last week.
Because we're white.
Speaking of struggling with it, as we're white, we talked about
Struggling with mouthfeel.
Salt and Pepper last week.
Yeah.
Even there, I heard it. Because I know it's Peppa.
Right.
I think of
Here's the-
John Mulaney joke when I hear Salt and Pepper about the SNL being introduced. Have you ever heard that joke?
I prefer if you told John Mulaney's joke to me right
I
now.
think most people
Do it in John Mulaney's style.
I don't
You
think
can do
John
it.
Mulaney's style. I don't
Careful.
think I can pull
He's
off
white.
John
You can do whatever you want.
I don't think I could do John Mulaney style. I don't have that in me. I don't have that imitation.
Who do you have
impression.
in you?
Not anybody right now. Later, we'll see.
I get it. But I want to hear you do an impression.
I do have one impression. Brent likes it.
I do.
It's the worst. It's the worst impression. And this is the only joke I've ever written for one person. I was like, this is just for Brent.
I don't want to like it, and I do, and it makes me
All
angry.
right, so it's Owen Wilson, and it's fitting for what we're talking
It
about.
does. Yeah, it goes long. Yeah.
It's,
It's not a non sequitur.
it's Owen Wilson
Sequitur.
and Blackstreet meeting each other and being impressed. Okay, so Owen Wilson and Blackstreet meet each other, and they're both impressed. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Wow!
So fucking dumb, and I hate that I like it.
It's no, it's terrible.
It is.
It's the worst.
So bad. I'm so angry about it, and it makes me laugh every time. I don't know why. I don't know if it's my narcissism because I know he wrote the joke just for me. I hate that it makes me laugh. I tried telling that joke to my wife last week. Actually,
It's not a good joke.
Here's the problem. It's not even a good impression.
No.
It's a terrible Owen Wilson.
all the way around.
Oh wow! Look at that.
Let's all take a second and do our best on. Wow.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
I don't feel like yours is any better than mine.
It's probably not. I didn't pick it.
It's a good.
Are we just gonna
All
do
right.
Boys to Men? Boys to Men. We'll just use those four. What was the
All for One also maybe should get honorable mention.
All for one.
So All for One to me falls in the same
They're like a one-hit wonder though. I've heard.
Blackstreet 112 scenario where like Blackstreet with No Diggity.
Peaches.
Is Color Me
Peaches and Cream.
Color Me Bad? What about Color Me Bad?
Color Me Bad.
Color
That's a
Me
good
Bad's
offer.
probably the best
It's like
catalog.
What if I just
Oh, Bell
said
Biv
that
DeVoe,
the Mount
that's great.
Rushmore is just the four members of Boys to Men?
I think that's the right.
And now for something completely different.
who we play next?
Do
What's
we have
next?
to play soccer again next
Yeah,
week?
what's next?
Columbus Crew.
Columbus Crew.
Columbus Crew.
This was at home though, so
Home.
you'd be bored at home instead of bored.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll be bored in person.
Oh, Sunday.
No,
right?
Columbus is exciting.
Sunday game.
13th.
I don't know.
I think it's Sunday.
AZ scored last night for Columbus.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
AZL Jackson, real
had a
guy or
question.
not guy?
AC Jackson.
Zeal.
AZL.
I'm not convinced that's the same name that you said earlier, so I'm gonna say fake.
It's a real guy. We should bring in the poster.
I had a question for you because I noticed Columbus is in the Western Conference, right? We're in the Eastern
No,
Conference.
that's your fuck that way up. You don't know directions at all.
Yeah. I think you flipped them.
We're in the Western Conference. They're in the Eastern Conference.
Well, Columbus, Ohio,
Okay.
is what direction from where we're at
Talk
right
to
now?
the NFL. Their directions are all fucked up too. This is not. Look, I made
Do
a
you
mistake.
know
That
how
happens.
bad I feel for you when you get corrected by the guy who eats 90 hot dogs a year?
I'll cut that out.
We
But
fixed that.
we're in different conferences, right?
That's
Different
correct.
conferences.
So is that a common thing that you
Interleague
play? Okay, that's common.
It's not. I
How often does that?
He's not like when things mix. He's kind of
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's a different generation thing.
I have to keep my league separate. But
So you.
That's pretty funny, but we can't use it.
Oh wow! Look, if my Owen Wilson's going on there, say it in the Owen Wilson voice, and it'll be all right.
Separate.
So
You were saying though about the different conferences.
they're in different conferences. Yeah.
Okay. That's not like baseball used to do that. Where it would be a separate.
I was trying to do
Interleague
math
play.
in my head, which seemed like just a fool's errand. So there's approximately 8 to 10 games that you're
Okay.
playing intra-league.
Columbus looked pretty good on their side of the conference though. Compared to where we're gonna fall.
Right. It's all relative.
Yeah. Are they going to score more than one goal? Because if they're going to score
Right.
more than one goal, we're probably in trouble.
That's the thing, right? Every week, it just you can see it in the players too. One goal goes in, and that's it.
What's the status on our keeper? Is he still out?
Kind of spicy pics released from the team of him playing.
Okay.
He's still wearing a cast, but his
Oh.
shorts are real short.
Teaser.
You can see the thigh tattoos, which is always nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Looks great.
You got me.
I like stuff like that because you were like, it's research for the show. I don't have to watch it in private, but
Mhm.
private mode,
Yeah.
Nice. So they're going to Columbus. You assume is going to score a goal.
Listen, if you play 7 center backs, probably not. Right? Like we can make sure they don't score. We're
Let's see, 10 center backs.
10 center backs.
10 center backs. And then,
Park the bus.
Make it 11.
and then
Who cares?
No, make it 11.
Yeah.
and is Miggy going to play next week?
Miggy might be in there. Who knows?
Uh-huh.
No.
No.
We have better players. May have been his verbatim response. It's like,
No, we have better players. Well, neat. Well, cool.
Not enough soccer
hey,
time?
do you want to address the live event?
I did.
You did, but you didn't
Oh,
know
that
why it didn't happen.
It didn't happen
Because of the fucking
on the 30th
tornado.
because of the weather, because of the tornadoes and all that good stuff that was happening on that day. So they softly moved the pre-party inside. And they didn't want us taking penalty shots inside their building. I don't know why. I was like, set it by the windows. We'll be great. It'll be good. There's no way these drunk guys, after we're talking
Yeah.
shit, we're going to miss.
Right.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
So, against better judgment, they cancel us.
Are we
No.
going to get to do it again? We're going to get to try again?
Yep. 19th. Saturday the 19th. I forget who we're playing, but we will be there.
That is Vancouver, I believe.
Yeah. Cool. We will be there talking shit.
Top of the
We'll be there doing Owen Wilson impressions as you try and take a shot.
If it goes in, it's just, wow.
Yeah, that's how. Oh, wow.
That's going to do it for City Dads this week. Gratefully, our time comes to an end. Thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget to leave your comments in the Spotify feed or YouTube so we can stop pretending that any of these other comments are real. On behalf of Ryan Ballard, Corey Smith, Owen number 2, I'm Brent Callahan. We're City Dads. Sorry. I'm trying to do better next time.
Love you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Nah, back off, man.
Hold on, don't go yet because you didn't put it on the rundown. But people paid us money for me to
We haven't got any money for that.
blast gibberish.
No, no,
There's
no.
nothing.
Yeah. Not yet.
All
Hope
right,
to.
that segment was brought to you by Linda Smith, my mother, who's going to give us $50
Or on your birthday.
on my birthday in a card.
Just for being a big boy.
Can we drop in her Facebook?
Yeah.
Just her feed with
Yeah.
like the posts. With my
Do
cousins.
you want to? That would be fun.
That would be fun. It's in there. It happened. We're not cutting that.
Every episode.
I'm gonna just
And
Venmo
in
my
the script-
mom. Oh, let's do this. We'll just start. We'll have random people that we'll call out,
Okay.
and then we're just gonna Venmo and see if they'll send us $50.
Just request.
My mom will. She'll have no idea what it's for.
From the City Dad account. Directly. What is City Dad?
$50 well spent. Thanks, Mom.